What's going on YouTube? I'm your host Joss and welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. Hang out with me until the end of this video and I will respond to some comments. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss another video. Today I am doing a part 2 video on a subject you guys really like to see and one I really like to film. It's crazy to read about what some actors will do for their career. Some go to insane lengths to transform their bodies for a role, while others injure themselves for one and still follow through with it afterwards. Some will see it as dedication while others will see it as complete insanity. Today I'm sharing the top 10 actors who permanently damage their bodies for movie roles part 2. Starting off our list at number 10 is Matthew McConaughey in the movie Dallas Buyers Club. The drama history movie that came out in 2014 had McConaughey playing a Texan horse rider who was diagnosed with HIV and given 30 days to live. After being nominated an Oscar for his incredible performance, he opened up about the side effects he's had after the drastic weight loss he did for the role. He shed a total of 47 pounds, which is a lot when you're not a big guy to begin with. He confessed that he chewed a lot of ice on set while filming so that he could remain that thin throughout the movie. It was a distraction from eating real food. He lost the 47 pounds in just 4 months and says that by the end of filming his body was withering away. He said he lost energy from the neck down but found he had a lot of energy from the neck up, saying he only needed 3 hours of sleep or less a day. He was very alert, almost hyper, but his body itself had no energy. You can imagine what a few hours of sleep a night and minimal calories will do to one's body. McConaughey says he wanted to portray his character in the most realistic way possible and that he's very proud of his performance regardless of the side effects. He went to a nutritionist afterwards to help him with his recovery. In at number 9 we have Norman Reedus, known for his incredible work in the TV show The Walking Dead. He plays Daryl Dixon, who has the reputation of a badass throughout the series, but he told People's Choice that he's actually kind of a wimp. He admits to having an impressive list of injuries while filming, some being as small as a black eye to as big as slicing his arm open. He said that a black eye came from the crossbow we see him using throughout every episode. He was running through a doorway with his crossbow and he hit it on the door frame, causing the bow to hit him right in the face, giving him a black eye. Ouch. But it was in the 5th season that he sliced his arm open badly. Apparently it happened during one of his favorite scenes and they caught the whole thing on tape, but obviously it didn't make it into the show. It was a scene where some of the cast was barricading a barn door to keep the zombie walkers out. His co-star said they saw his arm completely open, seeing his bone, and blood started pouring out. He had sliced through a tendon. I can only imagine how hard it would be to work with a crossbow every day after damaging your arm like that, but it didn't stop him. It was almost impossible for his arm to fully heal until filming was actually over and then it could properly heal. Not too long after the incident did he slice open his hand on one of the vending machines on set, and not a slice that's like a size of a paper cut, another nasty one. Either he's just clumsy or he has really bad luck. Sliding into number 8 we have Michelle Yeoh on the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the drama fantasy that came out in 2000. She's known to be a legendary martial arts actress and she sure had her work cut out for her when it came to the demanding fight choreography in this movie. When shooting one fight sequence her knee gave out. She soldiered through it and continued shooting, but it was later revealed that she had actually torn a tendon in her knee. Her injury was so bad it required surgery and months of physical therapy. She says that she's recovered now, but that it's impossible to recover 100% from an injury like that. Her future work will all be affected as well. We gotta give props to actors who don't use stunt doubles. Taking the number 7 spot is Daniel Day-Lewis from the movie There Will Be Blood, the drama history that came out in 2007. He's known for having method acting insanity due to the amount of injuries he's gone through for movies. For the movie The Boxer, he trained intensely for 3 years, which resulted in a broken nose and a herniated disc. And while filming Gangs of New York, he almost died of pneumonia because he refused medical treatment. Those injuries alone are enough to have an impact on the human body, but his biggest injury to date was while shooting a scene in There Will Be Blood. In the beginning beginning of the movie, he is seen digging for silver down a California mine shaft that is 50 feet down. Turns out while he was filming, he fell down the shaft, sending him to the hospital for a broken rib, a bruised up body, and a concussion. I don't know if any movie is worth falling down a 50 feet mine shaft. His director said that he's lucky he's not dead. And at number 6 we have Christian Bale for The Machinist, the thriller drama that came out in 2004 and followed the story of a man, Trevor Resnick, who suffers from severe insomnia and psychological issues that led him to an accident. It ultimately leads him in a downward spiral of paranoia and delusion. In order to portray the character the way he wanted, he shed 62 pounds before filming. While doing an interview with The Guardian, Bale explained that it wasn't the process of losing weight that was hard, but the effect it had on him physically and emotionally. He said he was so skinny he could barely walk up a flight of stairs. He felt he was completely abandoning his body. It was like a roller coaster for him once he started adding food back into his stomach properly, because his stomach completely rejected it. He was literally a walking skeleton, and that is some serious body damage, and most of it we can't even see. Just imagine how that affects everything inside his body, not just his weight. Halfway through the list at number 5 we have KRISTIN CHENOWETH for her role in The Good Wife, which you never expect to be a place of a possible death. In 2012, during one of her days of filming, an overhead lighting rig fell on her in what people call a freak accident. She was rushed to Bellevue Hospital in New York City, where they found a 5-inch skull fracture. When the accident originally happened, she wanted to continue on with the show, but she could barely put sentences together. She was ultimately forced to leave the show to concentrate on her recovery and physical therapy. She continued on with her acting career even after she healed. Talk about dedication. And over the next few years, she found that more medical issues appeared in her ribs, hips, and neck. She even found out not too long ago that she had 3 cracked teeth that she never even noticed when the accident first happened. She still continues to commit herself to roles and her career, even though she is still recovering from the accident and all the damages it caused. Coming in at number 4 is Linda Blair from the legendary movie The Exorcist. She was known for her childhood role as the possessed Reagan, but she said she's never been the same since she starred in the film. During one of the possession scenes, Blair had to be violently trashed around on a levitating bed. While filming the scene, there was a mechanical failure which ended up giving her a fracture in her spine. There are some screen test clips from the exact scene that you can find online, and it is pretty creepy to watch. Her fractured spine was bad enough, but later down the road it developed into scoliosis. Even 10 years after the film's release, she said she was still suffering from chronic pain. She began to see a chiropractor to help straighten her spine and restore spinal mobility. You think that would be enough to take a break from acting, right? Turns out after the first injury, she injured her back again when she flipped a motorcycle during the filming of another movie. Man, some people just don't know when to quit. And at number 3 we have Tippi Hedren from The Birds. If you haven't seen the 1963 horror movie, let's just say it involves a lot of birds. Mean, vengeful, human attacking birds. Apparently they used real birds on set too that weren't properly trained. During one of the scenes in a bedroom, the blonde actress was attacked by a huge flock of evil birds. While filming the scene, she fractured one of her legs and had severe scalp wounds. As if those injuries weren't enough, she kept filming after healing and was later on injured with a gallon of water that fell from above at 50 kilometers per hour and left her with a concussion and severe headaches for several years. She was awarded $1.5 million in damages by a court after the accident occurred in the soundstage. Once again, another actor that continued to act and devote herself to a role and other future roles as well. Okay guys, at number 2 we have Melanie Griffith from the movie Roar, which was titled as one of the most dangerous movies ever made, if not the most dangerous. The movie used real jungle cats and other animals while filming the film, many which were blamed for harming some of the cast and crew. Speaking of Tippi Hedren, she actually made the film back in the late 70s and casted some of her own family, including her daughter, Melanie Griffith. Small world. During one of the scenes, Melanie's face was completely mauled by one of the lions. She was rushed to the hospital where she had to have reconstructive plastic surgery done all over her face. They all continued filming regardless of injuries because Tippi and her husband were betting everything on the success of the film. They even sold their family home to fund it. Sorry mom and dad, but if a lion mangles my face, there is no way I'm still acting in your movie. That is just insane. There is now a documentary of the making of the movie where you can see pictures and footage of her injury. Here at number 1 we have George Clooney for his role in Syriana. His injury while filming was so bad that it had the actor contemplating suicide, so he said. The accident happened during a scene where Clooney's character was getting beaten up. He was tied to a chair which happened to just get pushed over, causing him to hit his head. Seems like just a little bump, but it actually bruised his brain in the process. It was so bad that spinal fluid was leaking from his nose. He had several different operations done before the pain subsided. Not only a fractured skull, but it also left him with an injured spine where he went through different surgeries and medications for. The aftermath of the injury left Clooney with constant pain and headaches that were so brutal he debated, and I quote, "Well, you just have to kill yourself at some point, you can't live like this." He ended up turning to pain therapy to relieve some of his symptoms. He continued on with his acting, and this role is actually what won him an Oscar, but I still don't think it is worth that in my opinion. Well, there it is guys, the part 2 list of actors who permanently damaged their bodies for a movie role. It just goes to show what some people will do for their acting career. Let me know in the comments what you think and you might get a shout out in my next video. For now, let's check out some comments from some of my other videos. Lego World says, "More ruined childhood memories, just what I like. Always love your content and keep making more." That's what I'm here for, ruining one childhood at a time. Ultraviolence TV says, "This comment will be in the next video." You were right. FW1421 says, "It's stupid to harm yourself for a role. Is the money really worth it?" Well, to me it's not, but apparently to some people it is. Alright guys, I am taking off. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe before you go. I'm your host Joss, and I'll see you next time.